Hi my dear students, last class we studied about, in the last lectures, 3 lectures we studied about AC circuit with resistor, AC circuit with inductor, AC circuit with capacitor. In this class we are going to discuss about LCR in series, inductor, capacitor and resistor which are connected in series. Series with whom? Series with alternating source of EMF. Okay, this is the circuit which consists of resistor, which consists of a resistor of resistance R, inductor of self-inductance L and a capacitor of capacitance C. Both the resistor, inductor and the capacitor all are connected in series with the alternating source of EMF E is equal to E naught sin omega t. Here the applied alternating source of EMF is E is equal to E naught sin omega t. Okay. Before we are going to the discussion, there is one thing I want to told you, that is, there is no circuit which consists of only AC circuit with only capacitor or AC with inductor or AC with resistor. In home or industry anywhere, there is a LCR circuit only, LCR. but the last class we studied about AC circuit with capacitor, inductor, resistor. But in anywhere, it may be a home or industry, we have all the three are connected in series. Then what purpose we studied AC with inductor, AC with capacitor, AC with resistor? In the LCR circuit, listen carefully, in the LCR circuit, if the value of inductance and the capacitance is minimum and the resistor is maximum, then the circuit is considered to be AC with AC circuit with resistor only. Otherwise, if the resistance and the capacitance are very less, inductance is very high, then the circuit is considered to be AC circuit with inductor only. Otherwise, if the resistance and the inductance are low, capacitance is high, then the circuit is considered to be AC circuit with capacitor. Okay, so first understand that concept that no circuit consists of AC with resistor, AC with capacitor, AC with inductor only. All the places we use LCR circuit. Okay, now we are going for the discussion. E is equal to E naught sin omega t is the alternating source of EMF which is applied across the series combination of resistor of resistance R, inductor of inductance L and the capacitor of capacitance C. Okay, I write here, this is inductance, this is capacitance. Here the resistor offers the resistance, we know very well. The inductor offers inductive reactance which will be equal to, which is represented by the letter XL is equal to L omega, and the capacitor which offers the opposition which is called as XC, that is capacitive reactance, which is equal to 1 by C omega. All these things are we studied in the last class. Okay, now what we are going to study, this is a series combination. So the current passing through it is same, that means I. Everywhere the current passing through is I, because this is a series combination. So first I draw the current. The current across R, current across L, current across C. Everything current is same, the current is I. Current will be same everywhere. But what will be the voltage? The voltage across R is, here the voltage is nothing but it is a potential difference because it can be measured between 2 points. So we can use the letter V, potential difference. The potential difference across R is VR is equal to I into R. The potential difference across L is VL is equal to I into XL. The potential difference across C is VC is equal to I into XC. So this is the potential difference across the resistor, the inductor, the capacitor. Okay. So the potential difference across resistors is, resistor is IR, inductor is IXL, capacitor is IXC. Okay. What is the phase difference here between the current and voltage? In the case of resistor, the current and voltage are in the same phase, we know very well. So the voltage here is V. Yes, VR. VR is the voltage. I draw clearly. Okay. This is I, this is I, this is also I. Where is V? Where is the voltage? The voltage and the current are in phase with each other in the case of resistor. So VR and I are in phase, they are acting in the same direction. What is the pace in the case of inductor? In inductor, EMF leads the voltage. That means here the voltage leading the current by the phase angle pi by 2. So I draw here how much angle it leads, VL, which leads by the angle pi by 2. So the current is acting in this direction and the voltage across the inductor is acting in the upward direction. That means there is a phase difference between them. How much? Pi by 2. Third case, in the capacitor, current leads the voltage by the phase angle pi by 2. So the voltage is less than the current. That means the voltage is here, downwards. This is what we see. So the phase difference between them, the phase difference between VC and I is 90 degree. That means here current is leading, voltage is lagging. Here voltage is leading, current is lagging. Here both are moving in the same direction with the same pace. There is no phase difference in the case of resistance. There is a phase difference in the case of inductor and a capacitor. Okay, we know very well about this. What is the total voltage across this combination? That is the question. This is a series combination. So the voltage across different element is different. What is the total voltage? The total voltage V is equal to nothing but VR plus VL plus VC. If the voltage across the resistor is maximum, that means VR is maximum, VL is maximum and VC is maximum, then it attains the peak voltage. What is the peak voltage here in this expression? The peak voltage is E0. So we can write here as E0. So E0, the total voltage, the total peak voltage is equal to resultant of the voltage across the different elements. That means resistor, capacitor, inductor. But we never add this by algebraic or arithmetic method, because there is a pace here. There is a pace difference between the voltage and current. So we can't add in this ordinary addition. So E0 is equal to VR plus VL plus VC with pace. We add with respect to pace. We add all these voltages with respect to pace. How we add this? This question, how we add this? This is the question. This can be added by the help of Phasor diagram. Okay, I draw the Phasor diagram here. There is a current which is I in this direction. Yeah. Then the voltage across the R. The voltage across the resistor is VR, which is acting in this direction. VR. Okay. What is VL? VL is leading. VL is leading pi by 2 angle. So this is VL. Okay. This is leading 90 degree with respect to current in that case. So the current is always moving in the same direction in these three components. The current is moving in the same direction because all the components are connected in series. So the direction of current is here. So VR is the voltage across the resistance which is in phase with the current. Voltage across inductor is 90 degree moving forward with respect to current. Voltage across capacitor VC is lagging 90 degree with the current. Okay, this is the Phasor diagram, but our aim is we want to find out E0. How we add all the three things? We can add all the three things by just look at the diagram. This is VL, this is VC. Suppose the circuit to be predominantly inductive, the VL becomes large and VC becomes small. So I can draw like this. Out of this VL, we can add VC. Okay, we can add VC means VL and VC are acting in the opposite direction. So VL plus of minus VC equal to VL minus VC. This is normal addition. VL plus of minus VC, because both are acting in the opposite direction. So VL minus VC is the resultant of VL and VC. Yes, we know. But in this case, in this phasor diagram, how we can find VL minus VC? Out of this VL, we can cut this VC. We can measure and cut. For example, this is the length of VC means, this is VC. Out of VL, the VC is subtracted. The VC is removed from the total length of the VL. That is called as VL minus VC. Here VL minus VC is this. So I can redraw here the VL minus VC. The VL minus VC is reduced when compared with the length of VL. So the total in this VL, we can cut VC from the total length of the VL, we get the value of VL minus VC. That is VL minus VC. Listen carefully, this is VL minus VC. Okay, where is VR now? The VR is acting in the direction of current. So this is VR. So VL minus VC, VR. Okay. But we want the resultant. We want the resultant of these three. How? When we join this, it is considered to be a parallelogram. Then the diagonal gives the resultant of these two. When this is VL minus VC, this is also VL minus VC. This is also VL minus VC. So the resultant of these two gives what? This is VR, this is VR, this is VC. This is voltage across the resistor, voltage across the inductor, voltage across the capacitor. The sum of these three with respect to phase gives E naught. So the resultant is nothing but this is what? This is E naught. Don't forget, that is one of the important thing. That is E naught. E naught is the peak voltage here. So the peak voltage is nothing but this is the sum of VR plus VL plus VC with respect to phase. We can do this here. We can done this here because we have added all the three things VR, VL, VC with respect to phase. We get the value of E naught. Here E naught is the resultant voltage. That is the peak voltage. Okay. This is about VL minus VC. Yes. VL minus VC, VR, VL minus VC, E naught. Everything we find. Okay. Then the next is what? We find VR. When this VR is divided by I, what we will get? VR by I is known as what? VR by I is equal to what? R. That is, voltage by current is known as resistance. Likewise, VL by I is equal to XL. VC by I is equal to XC. Voltage across resistor is divided by R. Voltage across inductor is divided by R. I. Voltage across capacitance is divided by I. Both are giving the same value, that is opposition. That is opposition given by the resistor is resistance. The opposition given by the inductor is inductive reactance. The opposition given by the capacitor is capacitive reactance, or XL, XC. So we can draw this diagram, this phasor diagram into opposition diagram. That means the opposition given by the three elements. How can we draw? We can draw easily. This is what VL minus VC. There is a, let us we take only this triangle. This is what VR. Yes. Here VR by I is equal to R. This is what? Resistance. This is what? VL minus VC. VL minus VC divided by R is equal to VL by I. VL minus VC by I. That means VL by I is equal to XL minus VC by I is equal to XC. This is what? This is VR, VL minus VC. We can add all this. The resultant is E naught, that is peak voltage. Here the resistance, inductive reactance, capacitive reactance, all are added with respect to phase. What it gives? What it gives? It gives what? Before that I want to tell you one thing, that is here the peak voltage, the angle between the peak voltage and VR is what? That is called as pi. That is pi. The angle between the peak voltage and the VR. This angle pi depends upon what factor? This angle pi depends upon the value of VL minus VC. If VL minus VC is maximum, the pi is maximum. VL minus VC is minimum, the pi is minimum. So the phase difference between VL and VC determines the value of pi here. If VL and VC are equal and out of phase, then VL minus VC equal to 0. Then E naught is parallel to VR. If VL is equal to VC, both are acting in the opposite direction, then VL minus VC equal to 0. Then E naught and VR are acting in same direction. That means pi is equal to 0. Okay. In this case, VL is dominant than VC. In this case, VL is dominant than VC. Inductor is greater than the capacitance. That is a predominantly inductive circuit. So VL is greater than VC. So VL minus VC, we get the value of pi. Otherwise, if we consider VC is greater than VL, what is the diagram? Here VC is greater than VL. Then VC minus VL gives some value. That means there is a negative pi here. The pi will becomes negative in the case of capacitor having higher value than inductor. If the capacitor is dominance, then VC minus VL will give some value. Then the pi becomes negative pi, because here the VC is greater, so VL minus VC gives this value. So it goes. So the diagram goes like this. Then we have negative pi value if the capacitance is greater than inductance. Okay. But we are taking VL is greater than VC. Okay. This is just for your understanding. I will tell you this. So in this case there is negative pi also. Where the negative pi exists, if the capacitance value is greater than inductance. That means VC is greater than VL, there is a negative phi. VL is greater than VC, there is a positive phi. The value of phi depends upon the value of VL and VC. VL minus VC is large, pi is large, VL minus VC is 0, then pi will be equal to 0. Okay. Then we will do here. Okay. What is the resultant of these two? R plus XL minus XC. That means the resultant of all this opposition gives what? That is known as impedance, Z. That is impedance. We found a new term, that is impedance. We learn a new term, that is impedance. The term is new, but the concept is not new, it is old. What is impedance? Impedance is nothing but it is the effective opposition given by the combination of resistor, inductor and capacitor in series. Resistor gives some opposition to the applied current, applied AC current. What is the opposition? That is resistance. Inductor gives some opposition, that is inductive reactance. Capacitor also gives some opposition, that is capacitive reactance. When all these are combined together in a series circuit, when an AC current is allowed to pass through this type of LCR circuit, all the three combines and opposes the current passing. That is called the effective opposition of all these three is called as impedance, which impedes the AC current. Okay, the impedance is the effective opposition offered by all the three, all the combination of three in the series LCR circuit. That is impedance. So here it is termed as Z. The unit of impedance is nothing but it is also ohm. Why? Because it is one of the opposition. This is also opposition combined by 3. So the unit of impedance is nothing but it is said to be ohm. The unit of resistance is ohm. The unit of inductive reactance is ohm. The unit of capacitive reactance is ohm. The unit of impedance is ohm. Impedance is a family name. Okay. Impedance is a family name. This is a family which contains three elements: resistor, inductor, capacitor. All three are combined together. That is a family. Impedance is a family name of opposition. If the resistor only opposes, that is called resistive impedance. We can call resistive impedance. If there is only inductor opposes, that is called inductive reactance or inductive impedance. Both are same. Both name we can use. If only capacitor opposes, that is called, the opposition given by them is capacitive reactance or capacitive impedance, because impedance is a family name. All the three are combined together, that is called resultant impedance, which is represented by the letter Z, and its unit is ohm. So that is about impedance. Yes. So you know very well about the Phasor diagram and how to add all these voltages. The voltage can be add and the resultant voltage is E0. By this we can draw the impedance diagram here. Okay, all these concepts are, I think, you are very well understood. Okay, good. The next is current. What is the current here? The current here is, what is the EMF applied here? The EMF applied here is E equal to E0 sine omega t. What is the current induced or produced in the circuit? That is what? I is equal to I0 sine omega t. I is equal to I0 sine omega t. What angle it makes here? What angle it makes here? This is E0 by current. V by R is equal to current. Here E0 by R is equal to current. Okay, before we are going to discuss I equal to I0 sine omega t, we have one expression here. Just wait, I will tell you about the current. Finally, before that we are going to discuss about this. This is a right angle triangle. By using the Pythagoras theorem, here Z is equal to expression for impedance. Z equal to what? Z equal to the square of the hypotenuse is equal to sum of the square of the other two sides. So here Z is equal to root of R square plus XL minus XC the whole square. So the expression for impedance from this diagram is Z equal to root of R square plus XL minus XC the whole square. This is what? Impedance. Okay. This impedance can be found in another way also. What way? What is impedance? Impedance is one of the opposition. So we can find by V by I is equal to R. Here E by I is equal to R. E0 by I0. The peak voltage divided by peak current is equal to Z. This is another way of finding Z. Z is impedance. Maximum voltage or peak voltage upon peak current is equal to impedance. E0 by I0 is equal to Z. R is equal to root of R square plus XL minus XC the whole square. Okay, this is one of the way of finding. Okay, these two are expressions for Z. Okay, the next is we are going to discuss about the current. The applied voltage is E equal to E0 sine omega t. What is the current? The alternating current flowing through the circuit. What is the expression for alternating current here? I is equal to I0 sine omega t. I is equal to I0 sine omega t. Look at this diagram. Look at this diagram. The current is nothing but I is equal to what? I is equal to E0 by Z. Okay, we can write here. I is equal to E0 by Z. That means E by R or E by any opposition. Okay. The current I is equal to E by Z. Here the inductance is large than the capacitance, so we have the value of pi. So what is the angle here? Sine omega t minus pi. Here VR is here. This is angle omega t. So I is equal to the current flowing through the circuit is I is equal to I naught sine omega t minus pi. Minus pi. Because in this case, look at this diagram. We can very well understood from this diagram. Here the current and the resistance are in phase, so no need to mention. Here the current, here I write here. The current is moving like this. Okay. So the current and resistance are in the same phase, but the inductor and the capacitor, this is what? This is pi. This is nothing but omega t. So the angle is I is equal to I naught sine. This is omega t, but the resistor is here. Voltage across the resistor is here. So omega t minus pi. If the capacitance leads the voltage, the capacitance is more dominance, then the angle pi becomes negative. I told you. Then we put minus of minus pi, then it will becomes plus pi. So the I equal to I naught sine omega t plus or minus pi. That is the value of the alternating current flowing, instantaneous current which will flowing through the series LCR circuit. So the applied EMF is E equal to E naught sine omega t, and the current is I is equal to I naught sine omega t plus or minus pi. Minus pi is due to this, when the capacitor is more dominant, inductor is more dominant than capacitor, then sine omega t minus pi. Capacitor is more dominant than inductor, then the pi becomes negative, so negative of negative, pi is equal to positive pi, then I is equal to I naught sine omega t plus minus pi. This is the current. Okay, we can now we can compare the EMF and the current. There is a phase difference between EMF and current in two cases. If capacitor is dominant or if inductor is dominant. There are two possibilities. Then how can we measure this value of pi? Here pi is the phase difference. Okay, pi is the phase difference. How we can measure pi? We can measure pi with the help of this diagram. Yes, this diagram. We can calculate cos pi or tan pi, then we will calculate the value of pi. What is the value of cos pi here? Cos pi is equal to cos pi, yes, this is opposite, hypotenuse, adjacent. So adjacent by hypotenuse, so R by Z. Adjacent by hypotenuse. So the value of cos pi is equal to R by Z. From this diagram, I can calculate the value of cos pi. If we want to calculate pi, pi is equal to cos inverse of R by Z. Okay, this is the final expression to find out pi. Okay, in the next video, we are going to discuss about when the impedance is maximum, when the impedance is going to minimum. Okay, there is a variation of impedance. How the impedance vary? This we will be going to discuss in the next video. Okay, what we learnt in this video? In this class, we discussed about LCR circuit in series combination with alternating source of EMF, position of current and voltage we discussed, and then we can add all these voltages with respect to phase, we get E naught. This can be added with the help of phasor diagram. With the help of phasor, we can reduce this phasor diagram by this. After we find the resultant of all the voltages, then we can draw the impedance diagram. Okay, from the impedance diagram, we can write the value of impedance. What is impedance means? What is the unit of impedance? We can learn all these things. What is the expression for impedance? How impedance is find in another way? Z equal to E naught by I naught. Then we can compare. Then we can compare the value of E and I. That means alternating EMF and alternating current. So we can write this expression for alternating current with the help of this diagram. Okay, this diagram we can find out the I is equal to I naught sin omega t plus or minus phi. What is phi? Phi is the phase difference between EMF and current. How we can find the pi? The The pi can be found by this diagram. We can calculate cos pi in this impedance diagram. We can find the value of pi. So cos pi is equal to r by z, pi is equal to cos inverse of r by z. All these things are discussed now. I hope all you are understood well. I hope you remember all these concepts well. Okay. Thank you. We will meet in the next class. Thank you. Bye my friends. Bye.